A college football legend says the new rules for paying student athletes need to be pulled back. Retired Alabama coach Nick Saban visited Capitol Hill yesterday. The seven-time national champion testified that NIL, name, image, and likeness, has become pay for play, and he supports a bill that would change the rules. Kelly O'Grady is here with more of Nick Saban's testimony and a push for regulation. Kelly, good morning.
All right, good morning to all of you. So the bill proposes measures to rein in college athletics, like capping student athlete eligibility at 5 years and creating a one-time limit on school transfers. Now, Saban acknowledged the legislation isn't perfect, but said it was an important step in the right direction.
On Capitol Hill Wednesday, former Alabama football coach Nick Saban spoke out in support of a bipartisan Senate effort to regulate NCAA name, image, and likeness rules, which allow student athletes to profit from their personal brands.
It's become an arm race. Who spends the most has got the best chance to win.
Saban specifically took aim at collectives, or large groups of wealthy donors, suggesting they are designed to, quote, pay players and disguise it as marketing opportunities.
My first year we had collective at Alabama, 2.7 million. Next year, 7 million. Next year, 10 million. I retired. Next year, 17 million. Next year, 24 million. Now you have schools that have close to $40 million rosters.
Saban also criticized a 2024 court ruling enabling student athletes to switch schools an unlimited number of times. Since then, transfers have increased significantly.
Unlimited transfers creates free agency. Free agency with a collective, now you're talking about bidding war for players.
Plus, a federal settlement last year removed scholarship limits and allowed schools to share revenue directly with athletes. Saban warned the current rules could incentivize programs to fund big-ticket teams at the expense of women's and non-revenue generating sports.
You're going to have football and basketball succeed, and we'll have club sports for everything else with no scholarships. That's horrible.
NCAA President Charlie Baker addressed that concern on CBS Mornings last August.
There are going to be thousands and thousands of athletes who will be scholarship going forward in women's sports and in the so-called non-revenue sports. And I think this is over time. Schools are going to make decisions about which sports they want to invest in, which sports they want to be great in.
Now, two major NCAA conferences, the SEC and Big Ten, came out against the Protect College Sports Act this week, arguing the bill, quote, leaves critical issues unresolved. In a statement, the NCAA said it's reviewing the legislation and is, quote, committed to working with Congress.
Look, I respect Nick Saban. I feel like he's the greatest college coach that I've ever seen. But there is some irony here, though, because coaches like him, because of his success, they fought for bigger contracts, bigger guarantees, bigger deals, not just for him, but also the university. Now, all of a sudden, when these players have the market power, it's about regulation. Saban was one of those guys that said, you know what, elite talent deserves elite compensation. Now you have to ask the question, does that only apply to coaches and universities?
And for a lot of these coaches, I mean, the transfer portal, if you were to limit this to only a certain amount of time, look how Indiana was able to win the college football championship. Like, that's really important for those coaches.
Right about that, Kelly. Good stuff as usual.